Everybody, it's the Friday Night League. You know what we're all about. Friday night, Formula 1. Tonight, it is the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Suzuka International Racing Course. As always, 50% race distance. That's 27 laps, as you can see on your screen. And short qualifying session will be underway very shortly. But tonight, we've got a very special guest in the commentary booth. It is Mike. And how you doing tonight?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Josh. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's a nice hot one here for me in Queensland. I know you're a travelling. You travel a lot with your new job. Where have they got you this week?
Oh, just back at the factory before we head off to Tasmania and Phillip Island in a fortnight. Back-to-back supercar rounds, obviously.
Yeah, so some of you
just prepping for all of that.
So
just
elaborate.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone realizes you're a V8 mechanic, basically.
Yeah. Just work with Brad Jones Racing. Just on Macaulay Jones' car, and a bit of everyone else's. But yeah, just work at the factory Monday till Friday. You know, just fixing up the car, building it, repairing it, all the fun stuff, and then just organising the trucks and all the logistical stuff behind it, and making sure we have parts for the track.
So it must give you a new appreciation for how F1 does their whole circus. Does it?
Yeah, it was good because we had the AGP about a fortnight ago. Obviously, a support round for the Formula 1.
Yep.
And I got the privilege of being invited out to Williams and went through the Williams garage and had a look at the setup. And yeah, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes just to see two cars out on track. You know, as you see, Mercedes-Benz employ over 1,000 people, and at the end of the day, only 2 of those people are pedaling the car. But yeah, it does take a lot to get them out there.
And it's crazy. I know they've got like a whole bunch of trucks. They got all the crates, and then from Australia had to get to Bahrain. You guys obviously putting everything back, same thing across Australia. It's a pretty big country.
Yeah, it's
how you finding it?
Yeah, it's good. It's organised chaos, as I describe it. But you know, like we only have the 2 trucks, so we just pack 2 semi-trailers and cart everything around. But you'll find with the Formula 1 guys, they usually have 5 sets of every piece of gear in circulation around the world. So you'd find the stuff for Bahrain has been there for a couple of weeks, and then all the parts for Azerbaijan will already be there, and so on and so forth. And that's just how they make sure everything's where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's definitely, like you said, organised chaos. But we've got this qualifying session beginning. Suzuka, you're missing out tonight, but if you were out there on track, what would be your first? What would you be doing right now as everyone's starting to head out? What would you be thinking about?
Well, if I was in the racing tonight, I'd probably just be double checking all my setup, make sure I'm happy with it. Make any last decisions, because obviously Parc Fermé regulations take effect as soon as you roll out on the track.
Yep.
So I'd just be double checking everything twice, making sure I'm happy with my fuel load for a flyer. And then I'd probably just be seeing what everyone's done an outlap on, what sort of tyres people are on, just kind of sizing up my competition. And then I usually just like to sit in the box until everyone's done at least one flyer, and then I like to do my outlap when they're doing their in-laps. And then yeah, just try to do a banker lap, get the feel for the car, and then come back in, and then yeah, just reassess my tyres and just make a gamble on what I want to qualify with.
Well, we're watching Metaman right now. The expected pole time is about a 1:27.8. And so we'll see what happens there. Turn 1's probably one of the hardest. It's, I don't know, like turn 1, most drivers consider it one turn. I mean, there's 2 apexes, but one turn. Is that how you attack that corner?
Yeah, pretty much. Just want to make sure you get the right turn in, let the car come out wide, and just make sure you keep that angle when you cut back in. And then it's all about getting position for those S's, because if you botch it on your run into the S's, it's just a roll-on effect, and you just end up running wide somewhere, and that's your whole lap done. And in the race, if you run wide, you hit the grass, spin it, or put in the wall, that could very much be race over.
Yeah, well, at the moment, Metaman in the Renault, he's going to want to do a little bit better this week. He made it a massive overtake coming through turn 3, lost all grip. He's through the spurn curves right now. He stays just outside the green stuff on the outside. But he's pushing that Renault hard, and yeah, coming up to 130R. That must be a thrill. I've never done it in real life, but I imagine having the full grip of the Formula 1 car would just be something different, something else.
I'm pretty sure it's a 5+G corner, if I heard correct. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, if you just look at the way they take it in the Formula 1 cars, it's ridiculous. You see a lot of GT cars lifting off, downshifting beforehand, but these things just 8th gear, just flat out go for it.
Yeah, it's a high downforce circuit, which I think everyone will be running. And basically, the braking here at the circuit's about medium. The fuel burn rate's low. The cars will use about 1.9 kilograms of fuel a lap. And the thermal degradation's medium to high. And chance of a DNF here today is pretty high. So
yeah, well,
we might see a lot of...
Japan's obviously a very old school track, so there's no runoff like we had in Russia last week. You know, you run wide, there's the grass, there's the gravel, there's the barriers, that's done.
That's right, and actually, as we talk about, I think we've just seen one go off already, just out the hairpin as he's letting the traffic through. I think that was Breed in, so I think he's just getting out of the way right now. One of the Mercedes going around. Who is it? It's ZenRazo, our championship leader. He's on his outlap. Now, this guy, he's 2-time champion for the Friday Night League, and he's looking like he'll increase that lead tonight. Yeah, what do you think Zen's chances are here? Is he? Do you know if he's good at? Is he good at Suzuka? Is it a weakness for him?
I've been unlucky enough to race him here, and especially in a few multiplayer lobbies, he's very, very much on top of it. Like he does say, it is his favourite track, and you really can't beat him at somewhere that he loves. It's very much a driver's track, and I think Zen's very much of a driver. I think it's quite remarkable he does the whole thing without traction control, especially that last corner. There's a dip on the inside of the apex, and if you ride too much inside curb followed by that dip, it's can end out very poorly.
Well, he's got the soft tyres on right now. As you can see, Drivers' Championship points on your screen, everyone. 35 points for him at the moment, and he's looking to improve that. Diego Mattio's just behind him there, and then the Ming Man's got 26. Marcus Watson, Zen's teammate, on 23, and the McLaren of Damu's on 20. It's really tight. Even the Cougar is up there with 18, and pretty much from there, it's just 2 points separating everyone. The championship is really, really close at the moment. And it's, if you haven't watched the Friday Night League, I must implore everyone to share it and have a crack, because these guys, they race hard. But yeah, watching the end of Zen's lap, and we are expecting somewhere within the range of 127.8. So let's see what he can do. And yeah, Marcus Watson, do you think he's got a chance tonight? He's the young gun.
Oh, Marcus always has a chance. It's very much he's there with Zen, and then I think the main thing to keep an eye on is just the Ferraris, the dark horses, because tonight should be interesting with Hawks allegedly being on a controller for the first time in a long time, which is a big shake-up. But you know, Yayo's right there. Could potentially be one of the best esport gamers in the country, he believes.
Really? That's I didn't hear that one before.
Oh, well, that's what word on the street is. But yeah, apparently he is the best esport gamer in Australia. So if anyone wants to pedal a car with him, I suggest you send him an invite and have a go.
So who was that? We're talking about Hawks there?
No, Yayo Matty.
Oh, Yayo rather. Yep. All right, esports. It's a big growing thing. I think Fernando's gotten on board. Autosport's gotten on board with their own league. The Formula 1's got their own esports stuff. So he reckons this game's the best. I mean, it's pretty close.
No, this game is the best. He reckons he is the best.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
yeah.
If there's anyone out there that can give Yayo a run for his money.
Yeah.
That'd be really
take it to
interesting.
him. I think I'd love to see that one.
Now the Cougar's out. Not sure what's happened there. He did a 132, and that's the best he's done. Watching the Alpha of Bender right now. I don't know if he's coming in for the end of a quick lap or not, but we'll see what the time does. He's currently running 9th, and he's coming into the pits, so that'll be the end of that. There's only a few to go. GT Race Fans won. He had a big crash as well last week in Russia. What was it last week that you think everyone... Like, there was a bit of an attrition rate there, a lot of accidents. Is it just a track that pushes you hard, or...
Oh, I just...
Grip?
The hard part with Russia is obviously turn 1's not really existent. The run to turn 2 is quite long, a long drag race. People get a good run. It's where the launch was crucial. I know myself, I got a good run on Bender, I believe, and that put me slightly up a bit. And then just coming into the corner, people brake late, people brake early, and it just causes carnage.
Yeah.
People will find you who are stuck together through the second corner, and they'll carry that side by side around the long loop. People tend to oversteer or understeer through there, and then you've got a fast right-hander up ahead, and it's just people not being reluctant to let up a position, or just people losing it on their own accord.
Well, it was definitely made for an interesting viewing, I must say. If you are watching at home, just going to quickly show you the constructors as they stand as we watch Breeden go for his lap. As you can see, Mercedes lead 58. Ferrari, though, not far behind the dark horse from Mike, 44. And then it's Renault, a bit of a bigger gap here, but Alfa only behind by 1 point on 25. McLaren are up there too with 20. Haas, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Racing Point, and Williams. There's no one driving for them yet. And, oh no, I've been kicked. Or have you been kicked from the game?
No, I have not. Still spectating here.
Now, last time this happened, I was unable to stream the bloody race. Maybe because they haven't started, we can at least get the quali results.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, I got a weird message saying I didn't have enough people left to finish a race.
Yeah, I can't say I've had that issue before, but never been a spectator as Meadow goes a bit wide on a flyer.
Well, I'll gonna have to leave it to you, Mike, to give us the updates, and hopefully we can get a new invite.
Yeah, I'll do my best here, but yeah, it's still much the same. Meadow P1, Hawks 2, and Zen 3, with only just 8 tenths separating the 4 of them.
How long do we have left in the session?
And we have 6 minutes 40 remaining.
All right, not long.
And it appears Nasty has just DNF'd.
Yeah, we've had a few DNF, so it's 2 out already. I think the Cougar was the other one. So
Nasty sustains terminal damage. What's happened there?
Must have been a big crash.
It appears so. Yeah, no car carcasses on the outside of the track from what I can see. Clock's ticking, so a lot of people just start prepping for their final lap, making sure they get their fuel loads right, and they'll just be trying to get out on a good piece of track. As we can see, a lot of people pitting now, and a lot of the grid is in the garage.
Right, so there's not long left in the session. I'm just going to try and get back in. Sorry about this, everyone watching. This, I don't know what it is about this game. We've had a really good run for some weeks now, but you know what? It wants tonight just not work. I am going to change inputs, so I'm not going to be able to hear you for a little bit, Mike, but if you want to talk, you can. I'll leave it with you.
So look, Shall we? So it appears that we have the top 6 currently sitting in the garage, with the Ming Man just starting a flyer now. That is on the super soft. However, it appears that we have the top 2, Meadow and Hawk, separated by just 5/10, both from the same super softs. And ZenRazo just 2/10 off Hawks on the soft tile. So it appears Zen is going for a lap on the softs for quality. Here we go, Meadow has started his flying lap. With Hawks just 4 corners behind on his flying lap.
Well, he's still there, Mike.
Yes.
How? I know you've got about just over 2 minutes to go. I could see that from my end, but who's on top?
We still got Meadow on top with a 127.8, and he's just coming to the back of GT Race Fan on his flying lap. So I have a feeling this lap is cooked.
Right. Well, I'm going to...
However, we have Hawks just 2 corners behind on his flying lap now, and only half a second separates them. So maybe Hawks can pick something up here. And Zen's still in the garage.
He might be trying to fix me up. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, just to let everyone know, if you are watching, sorry, it's kicked me. Formula One's kicked me. The guy streaming the race itself. So I've got nothing to show you right now. But I do have Mike who's spectating, and yours is working fine apparently. So
yeah, so Meadow's just gone quicker by about 4/10 and has provisional pole with a 127.453. And it appears Hawks just wasn't able to make it and is currently second at the 128.383. And Zen's on third with a 128.501. And that's the top 3. Going down the order, we have Nasty, Marcus Watson qualifying on the softs in P5, Yao Maddie in 6th, Epic Game Every Day, Bots in 8th, the Ming Man in 9th, and Aussie in 10.
Awesome. Now, I'm just going to quickly let everyone know the predicted tight strategies for the race, in case you are wondering. One stop, probably what's going to be happening. Which one? I don't know. You can go from the super soft to the medium. The pit window is around lap 6 to 10. The other is from soft to medium. Pit window for that is 10 to 13, so they get a little bit more out of it. Or you can do the 2-stop strategy. Super soft to super soft to soft. Pit lane time loss tonight is almost 18 seconds at 17.5. So, but the one stop I think will be the preferred, but it's only by 3 to 4 seconds. On paper, the soft and medium is a full second quicker, but at the cost of a higher grid position for the start. So, yeah, what are the top guys? What tyres have they picked?
We got Meadow and Hawks both on the supers. Zen appears to be on the softs, Nasty on the supers. So it's pretty mixed throughout the grid. P5, 6 and 7 are all running on the soft. 8th and 9th are on the supers, and Oars in 10th is on the softs.
All right.
So a lot of split strategies. And then from 11th onwards, obviously they have a free tyre choice. So it shall be interesting to see what they end up choosing.
All right. Well, has it started loading the race for you? Because nothing's happening on my end.
Qualifying's just finished then.
Yeah, sorry guys,
So
I don't know what it is. Sorry, go on.
Just got the results just showing up now on my screen, but it does appear that Meadow has taken out pole position.
Well, there you go. Drivers, where's Meadow in the drivers? Let's have a quick look.
So Meadow is on pole
yet.
with Paul beside him. However, it is going to be a good fight through the mid-pack. From P3 to P9, there was only a 7/10 separating them.
7/10. We're on for a tight one then.
Yep. Should be a lot of split strategies in this race. And I did just hear from Zen that it's expected to be a dry race as well.
Nice. Well, I'd like to have a shout out to Elmo. Thanks for liking us last week, mate. Considered racing on Sesame Street. If it's wide enough, why not? Vic Daughtry, man, welcome. Good morning to you. It's almost 9 o'clock where I live. And Blake, obviously, race. I think Blake races in this series. I don't know everyone's real name sometimes, so. Yeah, Metaman got pole. So we're on for a good one. As long as I can see it. We're just waiting for that to load up again. Otherwise, hopefully the new 2019 game, which was released, was talked about just yesterday. It's coming earlier this year, which is a nice surprise. Better than the August release date for Formula 1 fans. I don't know. I'm kind of happy to see it come in June instead of August.
Yeah, it should be good. Nice to see him a bit earlier. Yeah, I think the only issue with bringing it out a bit sooner is just being able to make sure you got the car performances correct to the current year.
That's true. But, like other games like FIFA and such and such. But then again, I got to say, they don't really get... they release the cars, a few weeks out from testing. And then that's not a lot of time to sort of create the car.
So, lights out here. It's lights out and away we go.
There might be a red flag, because I've asked them to restart. I don't know if they're going to do it.
It appears here we're going 2-1 in the first corner. Zen's comfortably in 4th with Meadow pulling away. Hawks in P2. Nasty got the jump on Zen off the start.
I think it might be a red flag. I'm asking them to do it.
Yeah, I think that'd be the most logical decision here.
I don't know what happens here with the game. It's freaking annoying, if I must say. Especially on a spectator's point of view. It's those watching at home.
It's just a shame that it's just so unexpected and random. It's inconsistent.
I think it's only ever happened when I've had 2 spectators, now that I think about it. I don't know if there's a bug with that.
Oh, potentially. There was a bug last week with the pits entry in Russia.
That's true. I was trying to think, Paul Ricard, did I have someone with me? Because
And here we go. Zen's lining up Nasty down the main straight. Pulls on the inside. Wheel to wheel into the first corner. Nasty runs out wide on the AstroTurf. Zen up the inside, makes the move. Nasty also loses the position of Marcus Watson. Now the question is, what's going to happen down at Mercedes? We've got Marcus and Zen just half a second apart. Ooh, and Zen's run wide at the first Degner. Oh, there we go. We have the first member leaving the session, Chinner.
Sean's asking what place Yago is.
Yayo is down in P6. He's just about 2/10 off Nasty. It appears that Nasty just seems to be falling off the pace a little here. Zen just put in the fastest lap with a 1:31.8. So just run through the order for you. We have Meadow ahead of Hawks by 1 second. ZenRazo is just 3/10 off in P3. Marcus Watson a second off his teammate in P4. Nasty about 6/10 back from Marcus in P5. Yayo in P6. Epic Game Every Day in P7. The Ming Man in P8. Aussie in P9. GT Race Fans P10. Followed by Bots, Ferrarins, Bender, Breeden, the Cougar, and Azatak. From the looks of it, we've had 3 retirements here. And there is a big contact between Epic Game Every Day and Damn You're Nasty. Both have DNF'd.
Not damn you again. He was in the big one, at start one in Russia.
Yeah, he was. So it appears that Nasty and Epic Game have made contact. Benders appears to have a bit of damage. Oh no,
Thank
he's
you,
just
Sean.
going a bit slow.
And welcome, Ivan. Sorry, it's not
And
the race.
virtual safety car has been deployed.
VSC. Well,
Yeah.
I reckon we should get a red flag. I don't know. No one's really replying. I'd like to get it red flag before they get too far into it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna probably end it. And hopefully we get some video. Everyone records. I know we get all those in through the week. So, and we do have a highlights package. Marcus and his dad, I think, put together a really good one this week. So hopefully they can do something similar. They just won't have the footage that I can normally provide if we don't get a restart.
So Zen has just made the move on Hawks for P2. And it appears that the Hawks is starting to struggle on these supers. After lap 4, just seems to be a bit off the pace.
Well, the super softs. I don't think their window was long.
Doesn't appear to be. Marcus is on the tail end now. And Yayo is just 1 second off Marcus as well.
Actually, the super softs are meant to last at like at least 12 laps. So he must be really pushing them.
And here we go. Zen's now lining up Meadow, who's lost out on a lot of pace.
No, Ivan, the stream, I got kicked again like we had in Paul Ricard in season 2, I think it was. And Red Bull.
Zen's gaining. And he's gaining through 130R flat. Flat through 130R. He's on full deploy.
I think I might do that, Sean. Yeah, sorry, Ivan. We try to get it restarted, but I think they're just racing.
Zen's got a healthy dose of DRS.
So the leader at the moment, is it still Zen?
No, it's Meadow and Zen fighting it out.
Oh, that'd be so good to watch.
Picked up Hawks into P3. So it's the Mercedes charging ahead and the Renault defending off at the front here. Zen's sitting about half a second behind Meadow. However, Meadow's just run wide. And Zen's closed the gap by about a tenth, 2/10 here. Into Spoon we go. Zen late on the brakes, runs wide on the gas. And here we go, he's made the move on Meadow easy. Meadow's run wide on the exit of Spoon. Wheel to wheel into 130R here. Meadows drop back. And there we go, Zen's taken the lead of this race.
Well, he was the man we'd all expect to do that, so let's see if we can keep it.
Just appears to be these supers just dropping off a bit.
Yeah, they sound like they're not lasting the way they were supposed to.
Either Yayo making a move on a Marcus Watson into the first corner, pushes him out wide, makes the move as well.
So there you go.
So we have Zen P1, Meadow in P2, Yayo easily the country's top esport player in P3, Marcus Watson in P4, and Hawks in P5. And just going off the data here, it appears to be that these soft are really coming into effect now, and a lot of the soft runners are making their way up.
Well, the softs look like they could be. I think Zen chose the softs, didn't he?
Yeah, he qualified on the softs in P3 and just got them switched on now, and he's pulled out a second on Meadow.
That's exactly what he calculated here. He said the soft to medium is a full second quicker. So, and he said, but the cost of a higher grid position at the start, and he only lost one grid position, so I think it's Zen, as long as he can keep it clean.
Yeah, it is. However, we got Yayo and Marcus fighting out pretty well here. Only 3/10 separating the two as they approach 130R. Both flat as you'd expect from these competent drivers. Nice drive through the chicane. The question is, will Marcus get the power down adequately? Down the main straight we go. Marcus with the DRS. It just doesn't seem to make the move happen here. Oars has just picked up Hawks as well. Moving him up into P6. And Hawks is dropping down the order rapidly because he's in the pits. So Hawks already pitting on the super softs. Meadows lost about 2 seconds now to Zen. And Yayo's gained at least 2 seconds on Meadow. So it just appears these super softs aren't working.
Well, super softs, not the choice. Do you think thermal deg's playing a role, the high downforce?
Oh, it would be, especially on the rears. It's a very heavy rear tyre track. Just a lot of slow corners where you need to punch the gas early. So I think it's very much playing a factor here. Marcus Watson now half a second off Yayo. Yayo just running a bit wide through Spoon. Gives Marcus a good run. Obviously no DRS down the straight here, but gaining a bit by bit through that slipstream. Yayo, however, covering off pretty well.
How track limits tonight?
Pretty tight if what I've seen. However, it appears we have Yayo starting to get on the rear wing of Meadow. So these super softs are just definitely not working. And Hawks has pitted onto the softs.
Well, I think super softs, anyone on the super softs is pretty much have a lot of work ahead of them right now. What lap are we currently on?
Yes, so we're currently on lap 8.
8 of 27.
And the Ming has pitted as well. He qualified on the supers. Leaving only Bender and Meadow out there from the qualifiers still on the supers.
Well, it's definitely heating up, especially for the super softs not lasting anywhere near as long as expected.
These front runners are... Meadow's doing very well, however, on these supers, I must say.
Must be his driving style.
Ooh, must be. Must have a good setup too, potentially covers them off. We've got Yellows in Sector 2. Oh, who is that? Oh, it's just a back marker, I believe. Yeah, I think it's just Breeden moving out of the way there.
How good
So
would it
Zen's pulled
be
out.
in the new
Yeah, go
game if you could just pick your driver instead of having to scroll through them in order?
Oh, that'd be...
Because you're doing it right
would be
now,
nice.
and it's pretty annoying. Listen to us, Codemasters.
And here we go. Yayo's made the move into chicane on Meadow. And he picks up P2 right there. Meadow dives into the pits. That's the wise decision there. He's just losing too much time.
Well, we're reduced to our radio feed tonight. We will update you with the race winner at the end, as always. Thanks to Mike. He's doing it for us all.
And we can see Cougars now making a move on the Ming. Just backs off into 130R, but will he come back in the chicane? No, he won't. But he should, just under DRS, get him down the main straight here. Oh, before the DRS is even activated, he's alongside. And that's easy done for Cougs. Nice move there. They run side by side. Cougs takes him to the first corner. Well played.
So, a lot of overtakes tonight. Now.
Yeah, it's a good track for the overtakes.
Yeah, the danger spots for that is usually the chicane or the casino triangle. And then the exit out of 130R will determine who wins at that triangle. And the hairpin is a great spot to surprise your opponent.
Oh yeah, especially a late move on the brakes. If you can get it pulled up in time and not compromise either of your races, it's a very impressive move, I must say.
But we've got word here that it might compromise through the exit, because your exit's compromised, becoming the hunted through the spoon curves.
Yep, that is true. If you can just force your opponent a little bit onto those curves, then you may be able to get them to back off a little. But I must say, this Haas is doing very well up into P4. And that would be Oars.
So Oars having a good run. Don't forget, Oars and I do a podcast, everyone out there, if you're even still listening at this point, every Thursday after the Grand Prix. So there's a new one coming after Bahrain. So we'll have all the opinions on that Thursday. We should have it up on Spotify and the Apple Store and likes of that by next week as well. So keep an eye out for that. But I'll let give us an update. Let's give it a run through the order currently.
So we got ZenRazo in the lead, still on the soft tyres, done 9 laps so far. Yayo's only 3 seconds down the road on the softs as well. Marcus, however, has dropped 5 seconds back from Yayo, so I don't know if he's had a little bit of an off or if he's just struggling a little. But he's dropped back, especially when he was right on Yayo. Oars is a bit back at 16 seconds from the lead. GT Race Fan, about 8 seconds back from Oars. Ferrari's in P6. Meadows fallen way back in P7. It appears he's pitted from the supers onto the mediums. So the question is, how will he go at the end of the race? Because obviously that's where he'll come back once the leaders pit. Hawks has done the same, however he's pitted onto the softs. So will those tyres make it to the end? Cougs in P9, Mingman in P10, Azatak P11, Bender in P12, Bots in P13, and Breeden in P14.
And we've lost
Epic Game Every Day, Damn You Nasty, and Chinner.
Damn, he's not going to be happy about that one.
It appears Nasty and Epic may have made contact on lap 2, as they both completed 2 laps. And we have Mingman making a move on Cougar into the same place the Cougar made a move on Mingman.
So, he's paid him back. Did he get it done? He did. He's up in front.
He did. Made the move.
Well done.
And Ming is now charging ahead on a lot fresher softs.
Well, I think there's going to be a bit of a distance created between those two. Better rubber, stickier rubber, faster through the corners.
I think there will be no love lost between these two.
Oh, it's
I
going to
think between Ming, Cougs, Ferrarins and I, we've had some pretty heated fights on the track. A lot of wheel-to-wheel battles.
So you guys got a bit of a rivalry happening.
Oh, friendly rivalry.
Of course.
We all have a bit of a love tap. Nothing, no hard feelings.
No one's friends on track though, surely.
Nah, we're friends afterwards, but on track we don't give each other much respect.
Yeah,
and
well.
Yayo is in the pits as well. Same with Zen. So both P1 and P2 have pitted. Marcus goes in to take the lead of this race.
Marcus is in it. Marcus.
So Zen and Yayo have pitted onto the mediums here. Plenty of gap back to P5. So now Oars, if he's to make anything happen, needs to turn up the wick. And he could very much be on the back of Marcus.
Well, definitely sounds like things are heating up here at Suzuka. A different leader at the moment, as our leaders, Medham and Zen, have gone into the pits. Super soft tyre not working the way it was as expected. A lot of drivers caught out with that, and those who did choose the soft have got a big advantage right now.
It appears so, and even Oars is closing the gap here on Marcus Watson.
Ooh, okay, young gun under some pressure.
I think Oars, the wily old fox, could be on for a podium today if he plays his cards correct.
Well, he was on for one in Singapore, so
yeah,
he's gonna want to get it.
Hopefully we don't get the commentator's curse on him again.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually cursed him that race. Maybe I did. I just saw him in the wall.
Yeah. Oars just closing up. He's only 2 seconds off Watson now. And Watson's in the pits, and Oars is in the pits as well here.
Yeah, he's followed him in. Good.
Yeah, it just looks like they're mirroring each other.
He couldn't have. Didn't want to try and get another lap in. Maybe get the overtake through the pits. Marcus telling us he's got wing damage actually on the chat. So front or back wing? I'm not sure.
Just analyze it, having a look at his wing. If I can get the right footage. It appears he has potentially a bit of damage to the front left wing. Missing a few fins, but end plate's still intact.
So that was the update from Marcus. Himself must have hit something. I know he's got a tendency to do that sometimes. He did it in qualifying in Singapore. I think it was Singapore where he got a penalty for that.
Just looking at his wing here,
he says it was his front wing.
Too much damage. Could potentially just be some yellow or a bit of green damage.
Right, he's come through and said it was the front. So
yeah, it doesn't appear to be too bad. He's got most of the wing plates intact from what I can see on screen here.
And he wants to thank Medham for that. So there must have been contact between the two at some point. It's a 27 lap race tonight. Race leader is Zen, I'm presuming.
Yeah, still Yayo's about 4 seconds behind. As now Ming gets a run on Oars. This is the fight for P5 here. Just lifts off. Marcus is just 3/10 behind, runs a bit wide. He's on the grass. Ooh, very lucky to keep it out of the wall there.
So, on the edge, lap number, what are we halfway through? Or are we just...
lap 14, and it
14.
appears Marcus just out on those mediums. Just still a little bit cold for the tyres.
He's almost scrubbed it.
Definitely pushing the limits here. We got Bots lining up Bender, the move for P11, DRS assist, can he make it happen? Oh, wheel to wheel. Bender just lifts off into the corner and surrenders. However, the fight for P5 and 6 and 7 is very tight here.
Probably the right move there from Bender.
Yeah, very much so, but only 1.1 seconds separates Ming, Marcus and Oars here. Marcus makes a move up the inside and there's contact between Marcus and Ming.
Any more damage?
Ming's pushed onto the grass here.
Could be a second pit stop for him, an unscheduled one. It was obviously
seemed like a bit of a half-hearted move from Marcus there.
Was that something you get away with in the go-karts, but probably not in the open wheelers?
Definitely not the open wheelers. Rubbing might be racing in go-karting and supercars, but can't say it is for F1.
Well, you know, like it's always a learning experience for everyone.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
You
got to start somewhere. I'll leave you with it for a couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
Ben is lining up bots now. Can he make the move again? No, he can't. Just seems to be a bit further back here. Oars to Watson's, just 1 second now. As Watson runs a bit wide and puts one on the grass. And Watson's gaining. He's gaining. And gaining in the slipstream of Oars up into 130R. Keeps it flat. Can he stick with him through the chicane into the DRS zone? Lot of curb, near cut the corner. Gets DRS, starts chasing down Oars. Will he get him to the first corner? It appears he's just a bit far back here. He can't make the move done, but follows Oars through the S's. As Cougar pits. 15 laps on the softs for Cougs. Appears he's serving a time penalty. And Cougs pits onto the mediums. 9 laps remaining in this race. Oh, sorry, 11. Watson only 4/10 off Oars here. Tries to stick it down the inside, has to pull on the grass to avoid contact. Ooh, and that is the Ming Man in the wall. What sort of damage are we looking at? No wing for Ming. Pearce just lost it coming into the hairpin, and that'll force a pit from him. This GT race fan just gets up on him. Ming desperately defending without a wing, can't make it happen. GT race fan moves up to P7. As attack moves past Ming, Ming's just dropping down the order drastically here. Watson making a move now on Oars, 2/10 with DRS. Oars holds the outside, Watson on the inside. And Oars gets pushed off. That appears to be Oars done. Oh, spins it around. And Oars drops back to P6 here. Was there contact there? That'll be an interesting post-race review. Five-second gap now. Zen's still in lead. Yayo 5 seconds behind. And Meadows 8 seconds off Yayo. So there's your top three. Ferrarin's in the Red Bull. 16 laps done on the mediums, and he's in P4. Question is, when will he pit those mediums, pick up those softs? And that's Hawks done for the race. Virtual safety car. Here's Hawks is DNF'd. Cougar takes a spin. And as attack, hit with a stop-go penalty for contact. currently on the virtual safety car. Ferrarin's pits on the virtual. Free pit stop for him. Onto the softs he goes. Does he just stay in front of Oars? No, he doesn't. So Ferran's dropping back to P6. His virtual safety car goes. Ferran's doing very well here on the controller, I must say. Cougar makes the move on Azatak as Azatak pits. Ferran's now 3 seconds off Oars. Not too sure what the damage must be like on Oars' tyres after having a spin and needing to kick the clutch to get it around. Ooh, just can't seem to get that grip. 5 seconds still separating Zen from Yao at the front, and Meadow still 15 seconds off the lead. Azatak making the move on Ming. Ming getting much better drive out of the hairpin here. Just on the tail of Azatak, the move for P11 here. Ming goes on the inside of Spoon. Makes the move count. Can Azatak retaliate? Gets a better drive on the exit of Spoon as they drag race down to 130R. Ooh, GT on the inside on blue flags as they both go through 130R. It appears Ming may very well keep P11 here. Azatak down the main straight with DRS. Fight still going on for P11. Lifts off, gives Ming the position, doesn't make a move. Just think I might run everyone through the order here. So we've got Zen P1, Yao P2, Meadow P3, Marcus Watson P4, Dr. Aussie in P5, Ferrarins in P6, GT Race Fan P7, Bots P8, Bender P9, the Cougar P10, Mingman P11, Azatak P12, and Breeden Aussies in P13. Hawks, Epic Game Every Day, Damn You Nasty, and Chinar have all DNF'd this race. However, we've still got Azatak and Ming fighting it out for P11. Easily the closest fight on track as Az runs a bit wide through 130R.
Well, sorry I left you hanging for so long.
Nah, that's alright.
What do you think of the commentating? Especially when you got to try and visualize it when no one can see anything.
Yeah, it's a bit hard without footage. And
it takes.
Don't think I'm made out for radio.
Oh, it just takes a bit of practice.
Yeah, no doubt on that one.
I mean, I started doing the real F1 races, and my first ever broadcasts were just terrible.
Can't be as good as Ted Kravitz's unpopular opinion there, but you know.
Well,
we're all entitled to our opinions.
I think I've been doing it for, doing it for 2 F1 seasons for like 2 years now, so.
Ooh. Oh, that's a lot of experience there.
Well,
it's just a time thing, I'd say.
It is. To everyone that, if I don't know, there's a few people watching. Sorry, don't have the bloody video. But
Thanks,
just one of those,
Codemasters.
yeah, one of those things. I think it's a spectator bug, actually. So I think I figured out why. But what lap are we on?
21 of 27.
So we're not long to the end now.
And Bender makes a move on bots because he's in the pits.
Hey, Razor. You've joined us, Miko. We're trying to get... Well, we had the race up, but it crashed on us. So I'm just waiting until the end now. There's only 5-6 laps to go.
Ferrarin's in the Red Bull chasing down Oars here for P5. Ferrarin's won't leave that one down if he clinches that P5 on me.
And the voice you can hear is Mike, a V8 mechanic for the supercar series. Little bit outside your job description.
Yeah, a little bit. I usually just throw spanners at things and hope they fix themselves. But
That's what I do too. So
yeah.
But what I'm going to do tonight, for those around, I'm going to actually do the Race on Oz race, which didn't get broadcast on Sunday. I'm going to do that once I'm done here. So there will be a race to watch tonight. It'll be a Renault Series race at... I can't remember where they raced at, but stick around for that. We've only got a few laps to go.
5 laps remaining here. And Azatak and Ming still fighting out for P11.
So, for the final points.
Azatak appears to be on the super sauce. Can he make the move? The question is, will they last the 8 laps he needs them to do? We saw how the front runners were going with the fuel load. Bit less fuel on board now. Question is, can he make them work? Through the chicane, right up on the backside of Ming here. Healthy dose of DRS. Hits the overtake system for the Kurz. He's gaining into the first turn. Just can't make the move.
Well, he's trying by the sounds of it, and he's trying with all his might.
It appears so. Yayo's close to second on Zen at the front. Is this Yayo reacting now, deploying everything with 4 laps remaining? And the question is, will Zen be monitoring this?
Well, he might have to. He did start on a slightly different strategy, which seems to have been the better one.
It appears Yayo's mirrored this strategy, however.
And
both are on 11 laps on these mediums.
Well, looks like things are about to get really tight.
Yayo doing a bit of harvesting from what I can see on his telemetry here. Now Ferrarin's only a second off the back of Oars, the fight for P5 and 6 here. Ferrarin's gaining. He's gaining through the first Degner. Through the second Degner, runs a bit wide for Ferrarin's, has to get on the brakes, bit understeer. Azatak on the backside of Ming again, just couldn't make it work on the DRS on the main straight. You have to follow him, and Azatak's in the wall. It's a DNF for Azatak. Just loses it, hits the grass in the gravel.
Ooh.
Would this be that's Azatak's race done. Bit late for a safety car or virtual. Sector 1 will just be on the yellows. Ferrarin's now second off Oars. Into, I think it's Casino Chicane, was it?
Which one's that? The last one?
The last chicane, yep.
Yep.
Here we go, Ferrarin's with DRS on Oars down the main straight. He's gaining. It's about 2 car lengths back into the first corner. Sticks with him, however, and he's just going to hustle him through the S's here. Can he stick with him? Will that aero wash be too much for him, however?
How much of the aero, the dirty air, do you feel in the game itself?
Oh, it is pretty prevalent through all the some corners, especially if it's forcing you to understeer wide into the marbles. So it's one thing the game does all right. So my DNF in Russia last week on the penultimate lap was ran wide with Hawks in his aero, and then we both went off. He gave me the position. I was on marbles, pulled back in to the back of Marcus, and just aero wash again through a high-speed left-hander. Just ran it wide and hit the wall. But it is something you do feel.
So yeah, you lose all that aerodynamic downforce.
Yeah, you do feel a lot of front end disappear.
Well, I wonder how much you're going to feel the difference in 2019.
Oh yeah, that should be interesting to see if that wing regulation change did improve. Ferrarin's just half a second off Oars again. Can he make it this time around through the DRS? Still half a second back. He's hit the hot lap deploy mode. And it appears he's just 2 car lengths back again.
Just can't do it.
Oars responding perfectly well with his curve system. It appears he's deploying it for overtake, then harvesting through the sections where obviously you can't make a move. And I think that's just going to be the game he plays. Yayo dropping back a second. 2 laps remaining.
Not long left in this one.
Definitely not, but Zen retaliates with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:30.738.
So one could assume he's feeling comfortable on those tyres.
Yeah. Yep. Question is, will it potential for him to make an error? You never know. It is racing.
That is true. That is true. It's not over until the black and white checkered flies.
It is.
You can't trust anything in motorsports.
Oh, when Ferrarin's runs wide, falls back by 1.1 seconds. The question is, can he just close the gap on the last lap? Gives Oars a bit of breathing space, can do a bit more harvesting. That may very well be it for Ferrarin's challenge.
So Oars, what's his current position? Is he 4th?
P5.
Oh, he's 5. All right.
Yeah, so Ferrarin's may need to settle for P6 here. And it appears so. Ferrarin's just can't close the gap here. We get yellows. Oars runs wide, and Ferrarin's picks up the position. There it is, and the Ming has retired from the session as well.
Well, that's a big one.
That is a big one.
Because the Ming...
Back-to-back DNFs for Ming. He will not be happy with that one.
No, he's running 3rd in the series with 26 points, and he's going to get nothing tonight.
Again.
That means Marcus...
There it is. Ferrarin's moves up. He's got a full battery to defend as well here. Looks like Marcus may need to settle for P4. He's 20 seconds back from Meadow.
So where's Marcus right now?
He's sitting in P4.
Alright, well that's still going to get him ahead of the Ming. He's on 23 overall in the drivers. Dan Mew's out as well, so he's not a problem. The Cougar, is the Cougar out too?
Yeah, no, the Cougar's running P10. That should give him some points.
Right, well...
As we enter the last lap of the race here. Sector 2 yellows. What's caused that? Nothing there. Just appears to be someone running a bit wide. Sector 2 and 3 yellows. No. However, Zen rounds the last corner. And he crosses the line to take P1.
So Zen's done it.
Up P2. And all incidents permitting, Piers Meadow crossed the line to pick up P3 here. Through the final chicane, Meadow goes round the last corner to pick up the checkered flag in P3.
Well, there we go. Sorry, I couldn't show it tonight. It would have been a good one, I'd imagine.
Yeah, a lot of move. A couple of running wide incidents.
I'm a bit disappointed.
Marcus picks up P4 for Rarens. Around the corner, he'd be happy with that P5, especially after recent results.
Yeah, well, he's down the mid of the drivers.
Alls will be disappointed picking up P6, especially having P5 pretty comfortable. GT race fan and P7. Bend around's the last corner now for P8. Bots on the last corner as well for P9 here. Runs a bit wide, but just keeps it on and collects P9. And that's the race done.
Well, there we go. Racing complete.
Yeah, if you have to record, do it now. What you do is you tap once and click the record in the share video. Yeah, click the video.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it tonight. There, guys. I'm going to try and get to the lobby and just have a chat with them, but while that's happening, I'm going to end the stream. But congratulations to Zen. Sorry we couldn't bring it, but thanks for giving us the play-by-play tonight, Mike. It was a little bit different, but
no worries at all. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. I'd like to say I hope we can do it again, but I have a feeling the spectator option is not on the cards. There are ways around it though, so we will hopefully be able to bring more people into the comm box later on. Just have to
fine.
do the workaround.
We just have to have a look at how the game plays it out, and if it's obviously a reoccurring bug, then obviously we just leave it up to you.
All good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry about tonight, but don't forget, later on I'm going to be doing the Race on Oz series, so stick around for that. It's just going to come up. I'm going to commentate it. But as always, race hard and on the edge, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.